With the Venom movie being the very next comic book movie coming out, I really wanted to do a theory on how it actually will connect to the MCU and how the events of Venom will be occurring during the events of Avengers 4 and how the San Diego Comic-Con Venom panel really revealed that. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh and welcome to Webhead, where I help you guys keep up to date with all the latest in geek entertainment. Today we're going to be geeking out about the Venom movie and exactly how it will connect with the MCU, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and specifically Avengers 4.
We are Venom.
Now, really just background on this for a lot of people that don't know this, the Venom movie will not be connected to the MCU, says Sony and Kevin Feige in Marvel Studios. It seems as though from the outside of these studios, it really looks like they're trying to separate both of these franchises, where we're going to have the Venom movie with the Spider-Verse, and we're going to have Morbius, the living vampire, and then a bunch of Spider-Man villains in one universe, and then we're going to have Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the Avengers, and everything else in another universe. And a lot of people over the last couple of months have really tried to come up with theories on how the heck they're going to connect both of these franchises. And there's been a lot of rumors that have come out that said that both of these franchises are already connected, and Tom Holland's Peter Parker will show up in the Venom movie. They have already shot his scenes in the movie. And personally for me, I do fall on the side of how this movie will be connected with the MCU. I think you can't have a Venom movie without at least acknowledging Spider-Man or having something with Spider-Man. Because if you just look at the Venom character overall, Venom is literally connected to Spider-Man just through his origin and just him as a comic book character. He's one of the main Spider-Man villains. He has a spider on his chest, which they look like they removed in the movie. I think they can put the spider back on in the future, so I don't think it's that big of a deal just for his origin story in this movie. But I think eventually we're going to see Spider-Man versus Venom. And at two Comic-Cons in particular, we did get a tease of that. At Ace Comic-Con, we did hear Tom Holland say that he did want to face off against Venom in the movies. And then if we look over at San Diego Comic-Con, we saw that they were really talking about it at the Venom panel and how everybody on stage, a part of the Venom movie, really wanted to see Spider-Man and Venom go toe-to-toe. And I think I figured out exactly how they're going to connect both of these franchises so that we can see Spider-Man and Venom show up in a movie together down the road. Now, really looking at Avengers Infinity War and how that really set the stage for Avengers 4. Now that we've seen Thanos actually snap his fingers and erase half of the life in the universe, Spider-Man died, Black Panther died, and a bunch of other Marvel heroes have died. We know that the heroes are going to be trying to take on Thanos in Avengers 4, and we know that they're going to be going after him. Every single hero that's left from the Avengers Infinity War movie that's left alive, they're going to be going after Thanos, trying to get that Infinity Gauntlet and turn back time and try to get everything back to the way it was. But I have a feeling right off the bat, Avengers 4 is really going to show us exactly what has happened in the time between Infinity War and Avengers 4, and how Earth and the entire universe actually is suffering from what Thanos did instead of actually prospering like he predicted.
And I could snap my fingers, and you'd all cease to exist.
I feel like there's going to be a big reason behind the Avengers going after Thanos, because if you show the entire universe really prospering and you show the entire universe really being like, hey, we're okay, like everybody is prospering, this is totally fine, then what are the Avengers really fighting for? I feel like you really have to establish exactly why the Avengers are going to be going after Thanos. Not just because he erased half the life in the universe, but give them something else to back them as well. Like, hey, everybody's really suffering without half the life in the universe. What Thanos predicted in Infinity War is not what is actually occurring in Avengers 4. So that really just sets the stage for Avengers 4 being a huge post-apocalyptic movie, and everybody is really suffering within the universe. Now, that being said, let's head on over to the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 Venom panel that happened over last weekend. And as the cast was talking about the Venom movie, one of the cast members that actually plays the villain in the Venom movie, who's going to be Riot, but also is known as Dr. Carlton Drake, the actor Riz Ahmed was really explaining exactly why his character was trying to find the symbiotes and what the setting for the Venom movie really will be like. And he explained it very much like a post-apocalyptic movie, where the entire world is on the bridge of ecological and environmental collapse. And the Life Foundation and Dr. Carlton Drake and their motivations are very much just about saving the planet, because he explained in this panel that he really is going after the symbiote, and he discovers the symbiote because he's looking to the stars to actually evolutionize human beings and save the planet for all greater humanity.
It's trying to answer the question of what does the future for humanity look like? Because planet Earth is almost done. As you saw in the footage, it's like we're on the brink of ecological and environmental collapse.
And really just one quick comment about that. I really like where they're going with this villain. I think this villain's going to be very good in the Venom movie because it looks like they're actually giving him a good backstory and a good reason for what he's doing. But now back into the theory. Obviously, it's a huge coincidence that both this Venom movie and Avengers 4 are going to be post-apocalyptic movies. Because in my eyes, you really just don't need to make this Venom movie a post-apocalyptic thing. You could have just had this movie really been done during present day on Earth and everybody is totally fine. I think they specifically wanted to make this a post-apocalyptic movie because Avengers 4 is going in the same direction and Infinity War already set that up. I believe that they're really just trying to set the stage so that they can actually have an easy transition after Avengers 4 with the Venom movie, and they can actually bring Venom into the MCU, connect him with Spider-Man, and maybe have him as the villain in, say, Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man 4, some MCU movie down the line. And while the Avengers are taking out Thanos in Avengers 4, the Venom movie events are really just going to be completely isolated on Earth and are happening in just one little spot on Earth instead of it being a huge universal scale movie like the Avengers 4 movie will be. And I think that this really is just one of the best ways to really introduce this entire movie, and I think that they have thought of it and both studios have collaborated because everyone knows over at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kevin Feige and all those guys really are just sticklers about the comic books and how they make their movies. So I believe they gave Sony tips on their story and saying, hey, if you make this post-apocalyptic, maybe down the line we can actually make both of these movies collide and actually merge into one movie, and we can introduce this Venom into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, I have said it before, and I do think that Kevin Feige and all Marvel Studios are just waiting for this Venom movie to do really well, and then they'll want to incorporate it into their cinematic universe. Because if this Venom movie does really bad, do not expect Kevin Feige or Marvel Studios to touch it at all. And now I know there's a lot of people really talking about, well, the Comic-Con footage, Venom actually was biting people's heads off, and obviously it's going to be a huge rated R movie. And why the heck would Marvel Studios really affiliate themselves with the rated R franchise? They've always tried to come at things a little bit differently and be a little more family friendly than other superhero franchises. Well, my opinion on that, obviously everybody knows that the Disney and Fox deal is going through right now, and Deadpool is going to be that huge rated R franchise that's coming in to the MCU. I really do believe that they're still going to be making Deadpool movies even when Marvel gets the rights to that character, because you don't want to kill a franchise that's already really thriving. And I feel like if the Venom movie is doing the same thing, they'll have no problem putting Deadpool and Venom in just one section of the MCU and then have them pop over in other cinematic universe movies, really just kind of dimming them down to a PG-13 rating as they're in other movies. Say Venom comes into a Spider-Man movie, he's now going to be a PG-13 Venom, but then when he's in his own standalone movies, he can be rated R and still a little gory and do all the cool things that we want Venom to do. But of course, Webheads, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this theory. Definitely check out the Venom playlist I have right over here for you guys. Also, definitely consider subscribing right down below me and turning on that bell notification so you guys don't miss any more theories. But thank you, Webheads, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.